Well, Lisa, thank you for coming on the Red Carpet Roundtable.
Thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
You're very welcome. Can you let the audience and myself, of course, tell how else did you get into this fun entertainment industry?
Yeah, absolutely. So, acting was something I always wanted to do since I was little. I was captivated by the screen of, after watching Jurassic Park and Indiana Jones, Mission Impossible, all those good classics. And I just knew I wanted to do that. I didn't know how, but it was something that was always in the back of my head. It was always this dream that kind of whispered. And I started out as a performer. I started singing at the county fair and, doing those skits for my parents and grandparents that we all like to do. But it wasn't until college that I decided to actually listen to that whisper. And I started taking acting classes. I went to Long Beach State University. So I was already down south in Southern California. So I just decided to give it a shot. I was like, it's not gonna, these dreams that I think about constantly aren't going to happen if I don't take the risk and just try it and see what happens. And I'm so thankful that I did.
That's true. Take the risk and go for what you love.
Mhm.
Um, what is the most challenging aspect of being an actress?
Probably the unknown, but at the same time, it's also the most exciting. I mean, there's a lot that's out of your control in this industry. There's a lot of rejection, a lot of wondering, a lot of preparing. But at the same time, there's so many amazing things that could happen. I remember when I was living in Long Beach, one of the best things that ever happened to me was a casting call via Backstage. I was self-submitting, I didn't have an agent yet. And I almost didn't do it because I was filming another project at the time. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get this audition done. It was for an action role. That's the genre I wanted to go into. And I filmed it in the bathroom. It wasn't that good, but I submitted it. And it was for a film out or series out in Texas called Night Watchman. And I got it. And from there I created a great professional relationship with the director Brett Mauser, who does a lot of independent films, and that led to one of my favorite called Lady Outlaw, which was my first starring role. So it's one of those things where you never know what's going to lead to what's going to happen.
Hmm.
So that aspect's very exciting, and I think as long as you're prepared and you're willing to take those risks and you keep training and keep working on yourself in the downtime, it can be an incredible experience.
And that's true. Um, and what can you tell everybody about being an actress? Because auditions in
Mhm.
And I'm digging into the audition part now because a lot of people who think getting into the entertainment industry, it is, what do you call it? Easy, breezy, but it's not, because they think that you're going to get in and you're going to get this big role and you're going to win the Oscars. But in
Mhm.
reality, no. And you know that, and we know that myself. So what is your experience first getting into the entertainment industry, going through auditions and getting the no's? And the no, it's not because it's not your looks. It's the role is not ready for you. So what can you
Mhm.
tell your story briefly about it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a learning process. I think we all go into it thinking that, but that's the thing I've always done is I've been a big dreamer. There's a list of actors and directors I'd love to work with. But at the same time, I know that there has to be that hard work behind it. And it does take a lot of luck. And actually, one of my favorite quotes from one of those actors, Tom Cruise, is you will it into existence. And every audition is that, whether you get the role or not, you are going in the room, you're performing. If you don't let it get to you and put you down, you just keep getting better each audition. I can look back to a lot of my earlier auditions, like Night Watch Me, and be like, "Oh boy, that was that was not great." But that's the amazing thing is you learn by doing in this career. The more you do, the more you get out of your comfort zone, the better chance you have for the next one. So I think that's the biggest thing is just don't let it get you down. Keep auditioning, keep doing everything because you can get lucky. You can have that break, but you can also work towards it or create opportunities for yourself that will give you a better chance at getting those bigger roles that'll
Hmm.
keep leading to other things. You can
And
play it smart too.
yes. And do you feel like getting into the entertainment industry made you more, if you mind me saying, adult or mature?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a lot, both the ups and downs that you go through, and you learn about a lot about yourself. Again, one of my big things was it made me go way out of my comfort zone. Whether it was a dramatic role, my first leading role, going to an audition room of someone I looked up to, and was like, oh boy, don't mess up. It's or like a comedic role that I'd never done before, anything like that, it's always a new experience. And you're always working with sometimes different people. And that just, I think, makes you better social, with your social skills. It makes you better with your confidence. Just surrounding yourself with all these hardworking people, I think, just helps you become more adult, more mature. Learning about time management, what works for you, bringing things from your own experience and applying them to playing someone else,
Hmm.
and it's actually stepping out of yourself. It's definitely an experience that helps you grow. At least in my experience, yeah.
That's amazing. What's the best advice you ever heard or received?
When I was about 5, and then till I was growing up, he wasn't the first to say it, but my grandfather always told me you could do anything you put your mind to. And that is the saying that I've lived by always. Even if I'm nervous going on to a new set, whatever it may be, as I know as long as I put my mind to it, I'm going to do my best.
Hmm.
And hopefully it's going to work out and be great. And I think as long as you go in with that mentality, I mean, you're going to fail, you're going to make mistakes, but if you go in doing the best shot you can, you've already won. And as long as you put that work behind it, you're going to do a good job.
100% true.
Yeah.
100%. Any upcoming roles that you are allowed to talk about?
Yeah, I actually just finished an action thriller called Red Days 2 Cecilia. That was a lot of fun going in. It's actually reprising my role from Night Watchman. So I got to bring her back in a prequel. Other than that, the film Lady Outlaw I just did, that's going to be doing the 10th annual run at the Wild
Hmm.
Bunch Film Festival. So I'm very excited about that. It's kind of like the All Stars round. It did very well last year in the festivals. Um, and then I plan to direct and shoot my own short film this upcoming year. So I'm very excited about that as well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Thank
And by the
you.
way, don't make this a wrong way, but I love your hairstyle.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And I know it kind of reminds me in kind of like an old style film role,
Mm-hmm.
the hair.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like that, it's a lot of actresses um love doing that hairstyle because it brings back the
Mm-hmm.
old times. So I just want to give that out. Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, it was one of those things when I was little, I didn't like my curls. It was always too poofy. And then as you grow older, you're like, I'm going to embrace this. I love it. And you learn what works. And
Hmm.
yeah, so thank
So
you.
you're welcome. You said you're going to be a director.
Mhm.
Was it always your dream to be a director?
Yes and no. It was always my dream to be an actor and make movies. Directing became something I really started wanting to do when I started acting. So it's kind of that combination of I just want to be able to make films and tell stories, and I want to experience doing it in different ways. Acting will always be where my heart is, but yeah, I'm excited to step into the director's chair. I worked a lot. I started out a lot in independent film. And the amazing thing about independent film is you get to learn how to do everything. We're all working as a team. Those that have worked independent film know it's not a huge crew. One scene you're acting, the other scene you're holding boom, or you're helping with special effects makeup. Or in the case of Lady Outlaw, I started producing and doing some of the pre-production work. So yeah, I feel like it's a next step. Something simple. It's a Western short film, something I'm used to, and yeah, I'm very excited to see how well I do and how well I like being in that
Amazing.
position.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And if you mind me asking, what area location are you located?
Actually, I am in a new location. I used to live in Los Angeles. I have moved to Texas for the next year or two, see how it goes. Yeah, got some film projects out here. Really love the area when I came out to film. Still staying in contact with LA, but decided to take the risk and see what happens on this path.
Well, amazing. Texas film industry is growing.
It is,
You know,
yeah.
you look
And
at
what's I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oklahoma, Texas,
Mm-hmm.
Glenn Powell, and all
Yeah.
the famous actors are out there, and it's amazing that the film industry is expanding,
Yeah.
and I think it's great because it's helping everybody in their own state
Mm-hmm.
who are getting out of high school or young
Yeah.
kids who want to get
Yeah.
into the entertainment industry. They have
Absolutely.
resources right
Hmm.
there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's amazing how connected the film industry is right now when it comes to self-tapes and things like that. You can audition for something in LA being here in Texas or vice versa. And it gives a lot of people a lot more opportunities and it's fantastic.
hmm
Yeah.
And Texas is huge. You got
Yeah.
Austin, you got Dallas, Houston,
I'm a
San
country
Antonio,
girl, so I'm very excited to be here.
Plano, um, Fort Worth, etc.,
Yes.
Lubbock, etc. And it's to me, I see country films being
Hmm.
filmed there. And I
Yeah.
feel like that country film needs to come back.
Agreed. Yeah.
I don't know if it's like I don't know why it died.
Hmm.
But it needs to come back. I'm not a cowboy person, but it does need to come back. We need to bring back the
Yeah.
history of
Hmm.
what happened and then the cowboys and
Yeah.
also I want to say this too. I feel like we need to have more Native American movies as well.
Hmm. No, absolutely.
And I don't
Yeah.
know why it those two died. What do you think?
It's tough. I know the Western genre, I think people feel like there's a lot of limited storytelling when it comes to that.
Hmm
But I agree, there's so much more. I mean, speaking of Kevin Costner's film that came out, Horizon, that did an amazing job with just all aspects of history when it comes to everything. And especially Native Americans, they were highlighted really well in that. I love that it showed both sides. There wasn't a villain, it
And
was
that's what
both
I feel
sides
like
struggling.
it needs
Yeah.
to come back. And I think that, remember when John Wayne and all those famous
Hmm.
actors, those are cowboys times. But I guess I feel like this generations, they feel like that people may not be into it anymore.
I think that's fair, yeah, to say. I think as we grow older, as the generations move on, Westerns kind of get lost and then they make a way back. I think
Hmm
there'll always be those classics that people want to watch because it's such a fascinating world that we know happened. And that's why I wanted to do a short film because I absolutely loved working on Lady Outlaw. My short film is about PTSD during the Civil War. A soldier goes off and comes back and he's different because back then they didn't really know what it was. And so I wanted to highlight that. I also work as an EMT, so I see a lot of that in modern time. But yeah, there's so many stories we can tell, and it's just such a fascinating world. And it's one of my favorite genres to make a movie. And it's,
A
yeah,
hundred
I
percent.
hope they come back.
Yes. So I did research about you a little bit. You said it
Ah,
already. You do EMT. Thank you for
hmm.
your work and
Oh,
everything you
thank
do
you.
to the public. And I know you have seen things, and you don't have to say any of that, but I know you have seen it, it's PTSD and everything. So I appreciate everything you do. I
Thank you.
appreciate
That means a lot.
it, and I really mean it. Um, as yourself being an EMT, a
Mhm.
busy person, how do you find time from
Mhm.
work to doing audition? And I can't imagine myself, maybe I'm kind of going a little crazy, exaggerating, what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Being an EMT or being a
Mhm.
doctor, I mean, not a doctor, a police officer, a firefighter,
Mhm.
you're doing acting. You, how do you find time to be like, okay, I'm gonna audition, or wait, no, I
Mhm.
can't. I gotta go to, I got a call, or I'm doing stuff.
Right.
So how do you, in different work schedule, so how do you find time?
It's definitely a process, and it varies every week. I really love the flexibility of EMT. There is a lot of downtime when you're working the 911 system in an ambulance, which can work out as long as you have something that you can put down in a split second. We can read a book, or I can memorize scripts, things like that. So that's helpful in that aspect, that I can work on scripts in the downtime when I'm not training or catching up on work. Um, the other thing is just to buckle down and hustle sometimes. Sometimes you have an audition due the next day. All the actors out there, they know. You just buckle down, you memorize it, you get it done, and you do your best at it. Sometimes I'll record it and then go off to work, and then edit it and send it off. So at least it's recorded. It's good to go. So you just find what works for you.
Hmm.
Sometimes when you travel, you can bring, a screen or a ring light with you. You make it work. Um, yeah,
So
it just varies. Yeah.
my follow-up question is, being an EMT,
Hmm.
how do you find, I gotta ask, a lot of people may be wondering as well, how do
Hmm.
you find time to get to set?
Mm. I love, right now I work as a part-time EMT, so I love that I have a minimum number of shifts I need to work per month, so I can move those around only as a part time, to be able to work around a film schedule. So if I'm filming the first 2 weeks of a month and I have a minimum of 6 shifts I need to do that month, I can move all those to the last 2 weeks. Usually, it usually if you have enough advance notice, you can. So it's just working around that. I always love to pick up shifts for people. Granted, I would do it regardless, but it's always nice, to have those friends that you can do. Hey, I really need to go film. Can you cover for me? And I will do the same for you, type thing, when you need something, or it's a family thing, or whatever it may be. So I think just trying to figure out the best plan for it, trying
Hmm.
to give as much advance notice as you can, and then usually I find it works out.
Wow.
Everyone's working, whether it's being a waitress or law enforcement or anything. We all have our side hustles that we're doing to pay the bills. So yeah, we find a way to make it work, and I think that's
Hmm.
also the exciting part about it.
And it's a testimony, because you're right. Everybody who are actor and actress, they have to have a side job.
Hmm.
And part-time is it because, unfortunately, being a full-time and whatever job you're doing, it's hard to do full-time and
Yeah,
acting and
yeah.
auditions and all that stuff. So I totally see that. And you could easily, anybody who's working for an
Hmm.
M-Stunt actress, you're there for a set.
Yeah.
What is your dream genre role?
Oh my gosh. I mean, anything. I'm sorry, you said just dream role.
Hmm.
Anything with Tom Cruise, Steven Spielberg, Harrison Ford. Before Mission Impossible ended, probably Mission Impossible would have been it. But honestly, I just would love
Okay,
to
I
work
gotta
with.
ask,
Yes,
do you think that's the last Mission Possible? Me, no way.
I think it really depends. It very well could be. I hope it's not. But I also understand that if they can't do anything more with the story, then, we have to let it go. But
I feel
yeah, I
like
don't
Tom
know.
Cruise gonna start something a little different.
It could. It very well could be. He's alive, so I mean, granted, I have the selfish reason of please let there be another one so I can be in it. But yeah,
He does
anything.
he does his own stunts.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. When I when I was first becoming a fan of his and wanting to work with him, I took stunt classes with a stunt man that worked on Mission Impossible Fallout. I was like, okay, when it happens, I'm gonna be ready. And I have this cool little action reel now that I can show for it. But I was like, I'm gonna if I want to get to that level, I'm gonna train with someone who's been there.
Hmm.
And fingers crossed that, yeah.
That's so cool. You have to work with someone that worked on Mission
Yeah, it
Impossible.
was really fun. It was really an amazing
Yeah, and
experience. He
that's
was fantastic.
amazing. And so what kind of stunts did you do?
It was mostly stage combat. Lots of weapons handling, close combat, some mat work and flipping around and shooting. It's the videos on my IMDb and all my reels. But it was fantastic. His name's Daniel Lacesares in Los Angeles, and he basically will choreograph it with you in 2 hours and then film it and edit it together for you, and you get to show what you can do. And I think that's fantastic, to be able to really showcase that for those type of roles.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So what's the best, sorry, correction, the
Yeah,
most pivoting moment you got in your career?
I would have to say probably Lady Outlaw. I had done a lot of student films, independent work, things like that. I'd been leads in student films, but I hadn't had a leading role in a feature film that I could put everything I had into,
Hmm.
that it was months of preparation, that it was a role I really connected with. So it was really amazing to be able to experience that, like I had heard so many actors talk about in interviews, and to see if I could do it. There's if you ever watch it or if anyone ever watches it, there's a lot of emotional scenes in there, and there's a big one. You'll know which one when you watch it that I was really worried about. I was like, I don't know if I could pull, I don't know if I have it in me. And it was an incredible experience that once action hit, I just felt it. And it came out because I was so connected to that character. And it was something I hadn't experienced before.
Do you think it changed you as a character and as a person?
It definitely made me feel more confident as an actor. I mean, I'll never go into a project thinking, "Oh, I got this." I'm always going to be a nervous Nelly, and just which I love because it'll make sure I work hard and be humble about it.
Hmm.
Um, but it showed me that I could do it. That that if you put your mind to it, you can do it. And it also showed me that these are the type of roles I want to play. Whether it's in a bigger production or an independent film, I want to play characters that are really meaningful to me, that I can connect to, that I can bring something to. So yeah, it was a big turning point in showing me the
Amazing.
type of actor I want to be, and
Hmm.
and showing me that I can do it and to keep going.
And how
Yeah.
do you get into character?
It's different for each thing. I for Rose Dunn and Lady Outlaw, she was a young girl. It was based on a true story, so I did a lot of research on her. But it was based on the true Rose Dunn, and she was younger. She was a woman trying to figure out her place in the world. She had brothers that were outlaws. She was trying to be an outlaw, but didn't match the fantasy she had in her head. And at that time, I was, out of college, starting, fairly starting acting. I'd done for a little bit, figuring out where I wanted to live and what I want to do. So I connected to her a lot in that way. And I'm still figuring out where I want to be in the world and as an actor. Um, and I mean, along with the memorization of the lines, you find the things that you can connect with, and you put yourself in their shoes, as cheesy as it sounds. And once you're in costume, once you're there, we filmed on location. We didn't film on any green screens. It was all practical. You really can jump into their head. And it's an incredible experience that I feel very privileged to be able to do.
Wow,
Yeah.
amazing. And where can people see that film?
It's on Amazon and Tubi.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think Roku as well.
Okay. And a little bit about your stuff, you mind me asking, are
Yeah,
you the only child?
I am. Yeah.
And how does your family feel about you being in the entertainment industry?
I am so thankful. They've been my biggest supporters. I mean, my dad loves films. He's always watching the behind the scenes after we finish a movie because we always watch before streaming services on the DVDs and
Hmm.
VHS. So we're always watching special features. My parents, they just wanted me to be able, as long as I had a backup plan, EMT. I got a degree in criminal justice because that's originally what I was studying for. They wanted me to have some security, but they just said go for it. They said follow your passion, follow your dream, because you don't want to look back and think what could have been. And they have been truly the biggest supporters. I've feel so grateful to be able to share this journey with them. They were on set for Lady Outlaw. They were able to visit my dad. I share a scene with him in the movie. He plays one of the deputies, and I get to actually speak to him. So it yeah, I'm very excited to keep sharing this journey with them, and they've been incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing to have family support. And,
Yeah.
and one thing I
Mhm.
love about the social media as well is that a lot of actors, we support each other. We
Absolutely.
love supporting each other. Doesn't matter what
Yeah.
state we're living in, and in connection and finding work. And,
hmm
we're a family.
Yeah. Very well
That's
said.
one thing. So that's one thing I want to say. Where can people find you on social media?
I am on Instagram. It's just LISA, the underscore thing, and Butala, Lisa Butala. Facebook, I think, is just Lisa Butala. Those are my two main platforms. And then, IMDb and all that. Yeah.
And if you could go back to your
Mhm.
8-year-old Lisa, what would you tell yourself?
I would tell her, keep going. And you may have a chance to. Honestly, I would tell her, don't ever let anyone tell you to stop dreaming. As long as you put that hard work behind a dream, you will be amazed at the things you're able to do.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully working with Tom Cruise, and Steven Spielberg. I always have to throw that in an interview in case they ever watch it. Um, but yeah,
You,
truthfully, yes. But
I
I just
love
hope.
Tom Cruise. You never know. We could meet
You
him.
never know. You never know. I'd love to work with you if you watch this. Um, I would love to just continue to be acting. If I love directing my short film, I'd love to maybe give a shot at directing a feature film. I will be acting in the short film, so I'd love the experience of directing a feature film where I'm just a director. Um, I also hope to be able to just play some amazing characters. I hope to have many more lady outlaws. I'd love to. I've done a lot of action. I'd love to still do a lot of action, but I'd love to do maybe an adventure role.
Hmm.
That would be really fun. I haven't done any rom-coms yet, so really keep expanding out into the different genres. But yeah, just keep training, keep building, and hopefully be able to check some of those boxes by all those dreams that you have written down since you're a little girl, and yeah, and hopefully make some amazing connections.
You know, I can't wait to see all your upcoming future films.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And I can't wait to have you back on my show
Yes,
to talk about
absolutely,
more of
anytime.
your upcoming films. So, what is your motivation message you want to tell the audience?
Ooh, I would say, in the lines of everything we talked about tonight, if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door.
Hmm.
Make your own opportunities. Do your research to give yourself the best chance you can, and don't give up. Keep going. Yeah.
Amen. Amen. I totally agree with you. Well, Lisa, thank you again. And
Thank you.
I will look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Yes, please. I'm always happy to come on. I really appreciate you having
I
me.
will definitely have you back on again soon. And thank you for following me on Instagram and,
Yeah.
the family support. We have,
hmm
we support
Agreed.
each other. And that's the one thing,
Absolutely.
we are family.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize it and I tell every actor, beginner or not, like, you get into the entertainment industry,
hmm
you will realize it. get some
Yeah.
headshots, show your reels, show
Yeah.
your product, and then
Mm-hmm.
start following actors in your own local community and then
Mm-hmm.
start spreading
Yeah.
out.
Put
And
yourself
you'd
out
be
there. Yeah.
surprised how many fam supporters you get from
Mm-hmm.
actors. And you're like,
Absolutely.
wow, I didn't know there was actors in my community or my state.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people get mind blown to that. And I think
Yeah.
it's not a thing, it's a certain they will help you find a role.
Absolutely. If you come in ready to put in the work and be someone that people enjoy working with, be kind, be
Hmm.
eager to learn, you're going to find a lot of help. I agree completely on that.
And one thing I want to say as well, we talked about is like a lot of females, I say females and
Hmm.
males, they go to act, especially with kids, they go to acting and they go to audition and they're like,
Hmm.
why I didn't get the role. For
Mm.
females, my heart goes out to every females because in males, they're like, am I not good enough? Am I not
Mm.
pretty enough? What's
Right,
going
right.
on? And it's like, it's not you. It's
Hmm.
not, the role is not for you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everybody needs to understand that. But one thing I say, you have to show your impression because the people who are there, other actors and other directors, will remember you.
Yeah,
They will be.
absolutely.
That's the story you hear. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
So thank you again, Miss Lisa. I just want to
Thank
say that real
you.
quick.
Yeah,
And
thank you so much.
yeah, thank you. And I look forward to speaking with you again soon. We'll definitely stay in touch.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.